Hi, I'm Mervin Budram, the host of the Creative Monday Discussion Show, and we are on the national channel. And this evening, I have the opportunity to be with the lovely Miss Universe. So, hi, Miss Universe. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Iris Salguero, 24 years old from La Isla Bonita and Burgers Key. Thank you for having me here, Mervin. It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure, and this is very unique for me, very different. I was telling you earlier and my wife is the one who normally follows a lot of what's happening in Miss Universe. She's like, look at this person, and she is really into the backstory as well. So what I wanted to start off is like, we are in this crazy digital time where everything is happening online. Like, so how did that affect Miss Universe, the pageant, and the process?
Well, the organization had to have it virtually just for the safety of everybody. They wanted to be responsible with all the COVID regulations. So it was a virtual casting call in which we sent in an email, and from there they selected a group of girls. Then we sent another email speaking about ourselves. And then we had our first interview with a local panel of judges, which consisted of members of the committee. And then our second interview, which was with an international panel of judges. So we had persons from Venezuela, from India, from the US, very broad.
Yeah.
And so from there, I was selected. So everything was held virtually, but you know, I think that it was the best way to handle it since they wanted to be responsible.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how did that feel, or what was that experience like for you? I mean, most people, they're looking forward to the travel, they're looking forward to the stage and the interactions and all of that. Like, how has the virtual aspect of it affected you?
Well, you know, there are pros and cons to everything. So I would say that the negative part was obviously I wasn't able to travel or spend time with the girls, build those bonds and friendships. And of course, when they're about to announce the winner, you have that moment with the other girl where you're holding hands and you're just hoping for the best, right? And all of that is the experience of the pageant. But I think the positive aspect was, like I said, we were being responsible, and we were like in our conscience, it was clear.
Yeah.
We knew we were being safe and responsible and setting that example. And as well, like, it gave me time to let all that was happening sink in.
Yeah.
The moment of, I've applied, I'm really doing this, I'm going towards my dream, and then preparing myself a little bit better. And then that moment as well, when it was left to top 4, where we had our interview with the international panel of judges, to wait a week to find out which one of us was the lucky winner. And you know, that's the thing too, like, I didn't get time to spend with the girls, so I didn't know who they were either. And they did not know who I was.
Yeah.
So when I got that phone call, I was actually on a boat with some friends and family, and they knew I was running for Miss Universe, but when I was told, my director told me, and you can't say anything. And I'm like, right now I just want to scream and jump and shout.
Yeah, you want to celebrate with someone. Yeah.
Exactly, and they knew that I was on the call, and I was hurled up in this little bundle at the front of the boat. And when I got off the call, I had to play it off. And they're like, so what happened? I'm like, they told me they'll call me back, and we'll see. I don't think anything's happening, but inside I was bursting with joy. You know, but that was a special moment, because then keeping it a secret leading up to the coronation, my parents were watching from home with no clue what was going on.
Yeah.
No clue at all. And when I told them, I'm doing a fashion show, it'll be on the news, go watch it.
Yeah.
And after the coronation, I tried calling my mom, and her line was busy. And then
everyone was probably like buzzing her, ringing her up. Yeah.
Yes, like, what's going on? How did you not know? And you know, but they're proud. They're proud of me, and they're happy. Yeah, because they've always pushed me to, you know, go after my dreams.
Yeah, as a parent, I know how important it is for a child to pursue their passion. And I want to go back to that. Like you've mentioned twice, you know, you're going towards your dream. So tell us a little bit, what has been your dream? What's your passion? What's driving you?
Well, right now, what's driving me is the support of my family mainly, and of course the support of all the Belizeans.
Yeah.
And my dream is to be able to, with my platform, change lives. Hopefully in the future, I hope to have a nonprofit organization for spreading awareness against domestic violence, and also establishing a trade school in my community, because I feel that in Belize, not everybody has the opportunity to free education, and education isn't cheap. And me, myself, my story is that I graduated high school and I haven't been able to go to college because of different setbacks in life, you know, but I'm gonna get there, and I'm saving up for it. And actually, pretty soon I'm gonna start my online classes to get my degree in digital marketing, so that's another goal. And you know, just establish myself in the future, having my online business, and then just building a family from there on. So first, God, everything will play out in my favor.
So you mentioned just now about domestic violence.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that. What's your background in that, and how has that impacted you and the choices you're making right now?
Yeah, so I am a survivor. I don't like to use the word victim. I'm a survivor of an abusive relationship. Okay. And it happened at such a young age. At 17, I was going on 18. So I feel that that year was a very dark year for me, but it was also a year filled with so many amazing experiences that really changed my whole perspective on life. That year I was going through an abusive relationship, and it really took me to somewhere so low that the only option I had was to go up. Yeah. They would control me. They would just tell me all the time that I was not worth it, that I could not do anything. You know, they broke my self-esteem. And that's the year that I chose to do my first pageant. Oh, wow. Yeah, and I think that things happen for a reason. I was literally stopped in the middle of the road by a stranger. He's like, you should apply for Miss San Pedro. Yeah. You should go for it. You're beautiful, you have the height, you know? So to see somebody, a stranger, name out these characteristics that I had was special to me in that moment where I really had no self-worth. Yeah. And I went for it, and it was an amazing experience. And the moment I set foot on that stage, something was sparked in me. Yeah. Like God put his hands over me, and I've tapped into some new level of confidence, some new level of self-love and self-forgiveness. And I've been comfortable doing pageants ever since. Actually, that night is the night I found out that I'm very comfortable on stage, and whatever my future career may be, I want it to be either on stage or behind a camera. Yeah. That's what I love. So, and then through there, I continued to do pageants because it was a healing process. Yeah. Each pageant that I did, and to see the support from the people, you know, because sometimes people have a very negative idea of pageants, you know, that it's all about beauty and glamour, but there's so many good things, so many good experiences that really help young ladies to mold themselves into women, into leaders, you know, and have those leadership characteristics. And that's what happened through me through that first pageant. Yeah. And then I fell in love with the platform because it offers you a platform to help other people through your stories and their experiences. And that's why I used my story of domestic violence as my platform, because I was, you know, lucky, I could say, or blessed in a way to be able to make it out of that relationship where many young ladies don't get to make it out. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. You're saying 17 years old, and you know, a lot of people might be thinking, wow, like at 17 years, is that a reality? And so what would you say to women right now that are 17, and I know there's some even younger that are in abusive situations, what would you say to them? Well, first of all, I would say to them, pay attention to the people around you that love you, because they notice. My entire family knew what was going on. And the people that love you will always give you advice for your good. Yeah. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to the red flags because they're visible from day one. Yeah. And invest in yourself, in self-love, self-forgiveness, self-acceptance, and to invest in radiating all that positivity and that confidence that you want to see yourself in the future. Be like, I'm that type of woman. I'm that empowered, successful, positive, optimistic woman. Invest in that in yourself. That's good. That's good. That's amazing. I'm really honored to hear that, and I feel like for those watching and those following you, I want to encourage them to keep on following your journey, and I'm sure you're available for them to reach out and for them to get advice. So obviously you're driven as well, and you're passionate about community and helping women and helping the community at large. Like, what are some of the charities and the community outreach you've done? Well, right now I'm working with the National Women's Commission in Belize. So we have a lot of events lined up. We're finalizing the dates on that, but soon in March that is, we have National Women's Day in that month. So we're gonna be celebrating that. We're gonna have, like I said, different events. So we're just finalizing everything. And I also used to work with another organization, Shine, and I hope to keep working with them. Shine stands for Shaping Healthy Identities Through Nurturing and Education. And they work with young ladies. And so that's kind of the age group that I want to work with, because when I went through that relationship, I was very young. Yeah. And I think that at such a young age as well, you're exposed to bullying, you're exposed to just feeling like an outcast a lot through your peers in high school or primary school or whatever it may be. It's just it's a age range of a lot of changes happening in your life. And so we want to work with those types of young ladies so that we can guide them into being the women that they want to become. But I also look to involve myself in as many community activities as I possibly can, because there's several things that I'm passionate about, like the environment being one, you know. I want to see a lot more consciousness when it comes to our environment, to caring for it, protecting it. That was the theme for Miss Earth, which is also why I went up for Miss Earth, because being raised on an island
Yeah.
just gave me so much love for Mother Nature, and we need to treat her with as much love and respect as she
Yeah.
has treated us, because it's because of her we are alive.
Yeah.
So anything that I can involve myself through my year as Miss Universe Belize to give back to my community, that I will more than gladly involve myself in that.
That's awesome. You know, you said something earlier, and it's just going through my mind, and I kind of want to go back to it. You said every time you took the stage, it was part of that healing process. And I love that, because I feel like, you know, people would think pulling back and shying back from these platforms would be the thing that you need to do. Talk to those women right now who they have a dream, they want to be Miss Universe, they have a passion. It might not be Miss Universe, but they have a passion and a dream that they want to pursue. Talk to them right now and tell them what's on your heart.
Yeah, no, I think the best advice I could give any woman or even any man is believe in yourself.
Yeah.
The first step to us setting ourselves up for failure is doubting ourselves. Believe in yourself, invest in yourself, set a goal, and then baby steps.
Yeah.
You will get there.
I love
But
that,
you
baby
have to,
steps.
yes, you have to start somewhere. Work with whatever you have. Sometimes we're too hard on ourselves. I was actually talking with the national channel, the girls that work there, about this morning. You know, sometimes we set a goal, an expectation, and because we're not at that level, we beat ourselves down even more. And that's not how it should be. Set a goal, baby steps, build it up. You will get there. When you look, you're finally at your destination.
I love that. So, okay, so now you're Miss Universe. All this attention is coming your way, all this media is coming your way. How are you handling that? How are you adjusting to that reality? And how has it affected you? How has it impacted you positively and negatively?
Well, on the bright side, I would say it's giving me the opportunity to be very vocal about my experience in an abusive relationship and bring awareness to domestic violence and trying to make a change in ending it and taking our little Belize down a safer and better path. You know, so I see it as positive. Of course, there are some moments where I want to just kind of retire to my privacy, but I get the opportunity to have that as well when I'm home, to just spend time with my family. So I'm somebody that doesn't like necessarily to be in the spotlight all the time, but when I do have the opportunity, I make sure to center it around my platform, which is what's most important to me.
Yeah. You come from a pretty big family, like 12, is it 12?
12 of us, yes.
And you're what, where do you fit in the 12?
I'm number 11.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So how has the size of your family like influenced, you know, your career path? I mean, you mentioned earlier you want to do digital marketing, and there's several other things you want to do. How have your family like helped in that?
Well, I think that what has helped me just stay motivated in finding what I'm passionate about is my family. They're just, from the beginning, they've just been supportive in whatever I want to do. They support me.
Oh, you have a huge tribe backing you.
Lots of support, lots of advice. But my parents have just always been the persons to say, if you have an opportunity, if there's something that you like and you enjoy doing it, go after it.
That's good.
The worst thing that can happen is that you find out you don't like to do it, move on to the next. And the thing is that I feel that a lot of times as young persons, there's this pressure that by the time you're 23, 24, to have your life figured out. And that limits us to not taking risks, where a lot of great opportunities are in the risk. Exactly. So I'm taking this risk with digital marketing because I'm from the digital era. I spend a lot of time on my phone, whether it be on Facebook or Instagram. And if you see, there's a lot of marketing going on in these, you know, in these social platforms. So I want to get my degree in that, and we'll see where it leads. And like I said, I want to own my own online business. So merging my degree with my online business is what I'm looking forward to.
Awesome, awesome. So if there's one word that you would say defines you, what would that word be?
Optimistic.
Optimistic.
Optimistic. I've been through so much in my life, and instead of sitting there and dwelling on it and probably lamenting over it, I've always just tried to look at the bright side. And that's something I learned from my parents as well. Like, the moment you fall, pick yourself back up, dust yourself off, and continue on your path. You're gonna waste time if you stay there dwelling on all the negatives. Find something new and head down that way, and baby steps, as I said, you'll get to your goal.
Well, just in closing, I just want to kind of bring you back. I'm a family man. I have my wife, I have 3 kids, 3 girls, and you are such an inspiration to girls out there, right? And I just want to mention that and say, you know, thank you for being who you are. How have your family, your parents specifically, and I know you've been saying a lot of it, but let me word the question this way. What would you say to parents and the importance of their role in the life of their daughters especially?
Be supportive. Listen. A lot of times I think that as parents, you know, they worry so much about our safety, and what they want to do is lecture, lecture, lecture. But as much as advice you can give someone, your children especially, their lives are going to be different. They're going to have different experiences. They're going to make different choices. So listen, allow them to build that trust with you, that bond where they can say, I'm going to go do this, and you can trust them because you know they're going to come right back to you when something is going on in their life. And then you can both sit and have a mature discussion. And that's the thing too. I think parents need to start treating their children as an equal. Yes, you have that authority. I want the best for you. But when you have a conversation, a heart to heart, treat them as an equal, allow them to make their decisions, allow them to make mistakes. That's how they're gonna grow. That's how they're gonna find out where they want to go in life and how to make decisions. Because I feel that a lot of times parents shelter the children with being so strict. My parents were super strict, but they gave me my space to make my errors.
I'm glad you said that, because I'm a dad. I have 3 girls, and I'm like very like, okay, these are the boundaries. This is what we need to do. But I love what you're saying of listening, because my oldest has been saying that a lot to me. Dad, can you listen to what I'm saying, right? And so I love that.
Yes, absolutely. When you shelter someone too much and then you put them out in the world,
they're not really ready.
They're not ready. They can be easily manipulated. They're gonna learn things the hard way. That's when they start making mistakes, and it's at a later stage in life. So it sets them back from, you know, all the different phases that you should be going through at specific ages. I think that if you allow someone to venture out when they're young, by the time they're 24, they have a clearer set of ideas of where they want to go with their life and how they're going to achieve that.
Miss Universe, you are awesome. I just want you to know that. And I just want to say, in closing, is there anything else you want to share with our audience?
Well, first of all, I'd just like to say to everyone that's watching right now, thank you so far for the support that you've been giving me. I appreciate it so much. You do not know the difference that it makes, and I hope to still have your support. Please feel free to follow me on my social media, Iris Salguero on Facebook and Iris Salguero _ on Instagram, and follow the Miss Universe pages as well. All the support that we can get is needed, and thank you to the sponsors for being a part of making this journey possible for me. So thank you to everybody, and just thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. The conversation has been great.
It's been great having you. Thank you as well for being on the show. Thank you to the National Channel for organizing this and making this a reality. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in, and I want to echo what Miss Universe says. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, the National Channel, myself, Mervin Budram, and also the Creative Monday Show. And yeah, have a great evening. We're signing off.
Thank you so much for watching. To see content like this and more, tune in and follow TNC10 at the National Channel 10 on Facebook and Instagram. And be sure to follow me on the Miss Universe journey on social media at Iris Salguero _ and the Miss Universe page on Instagram and Facebook. See you guys next time.